Welcome to Keystone Review the last set. This has to do with the constructed response questions. There are lots of different strategies for doing the constructed response questions. The graders of these constructed response questions want you to put something down. Do not put IDK. Do not leave it blank because those will get you no scores. So you want to be able to read the question and you want to write something down that makes sense, even if you just restate the question. So here goes. For this one, for number 13, John spends $94 to buy packages of cleaning supplies for a camp. He buys T packages of towels. Each package is $6 and contains 8 towels. He also buys S packages of soap. Each package is $4 and contains 10 bars of soap. John buys 20 packages of cleaning supplies altogether. For this one, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put together information that goes together. If you'll notice, question A asks us to write a system of 2 equations to represent the packages of cleaning supplies that John buys. In order to write that, we need to know what numbers go with what. So 94 is a total, but we're going to do T packages of towels. Each package is $6 and contains 8 towels. He also buys S packages of soap, which they're each $4 and contains 10 bars of soap. And I'm going to use purple for my total here. And it says he buys 20 packages of cleaning supplies altogether. To keep myself organized for this, I'm going to do a table of information. So in my first column, I'm going to have towels, then I'm going to have soap, and then I'm going to have a total. So hopefully some of this stuff will come together naturally in equations. So for towels, I don't know how many packages of towels he buys, but I do know they're T. The soap is S, and he has to buy 20 packages total. So that actually gives me one equation. T plus S equals 20. I know that each package of towel costs $6 and contains 8 towels. Each package of soap costs $4 and contains 10 bars of soap. I also know that he spends a total of $94. So I don't have to do anything with the total, with the 10 bars of soap and the 8 towels yet, but we'll see if maybe they'll ask a question later. So my next equation would have to combine my money. So I know that $6 per package of towels times the towels plus 4 times the packages of soap has to equal my $94. And those are my 2 equations. Not too tough, but setting things up in an organized fashion will help you come to the correct solution. For the next one, how many packages of towels does John buy? We need our information, our 2 equations, so I'm just going to copy them down here. T plus S equals 20, and 6T plus 4S equals 94. I'm going to use what's called substitution to solve this system of equations. So I'm going to change my first equation so that I solve for T so that I can, or S, so that I can replace it in the second equation. So S equals 20 minus T. Now, because S and 20 minus T are the same thing, I can replace it in the second equation. So my second equation now becomes 6T plus 4 times 20 minus T equals 94. From this, I can just solve for T. So distribute 6T plus 80 minus 4T equals 94. Combine like terms, so I get 2T plus 80 equals 94. Subtract 80 from both sides, and I get 2t equals 14. Divide by 2, so t equals 7. And that tells me that John bought 7 packages of towels. Okay, so solving for one variable or the other will give us the information we need. The next question says, explain why it would not be possible for John to buy exactly 16 bars of soap. For this, we have to go back to our information that we put in our table. It says that each package of soap has 10 units in it, 10 bars in it. So our explanation might be something like this. If John buys 2 packages of soap, that means he buys 20 bars, since there are 10 bars in each package. Okay, John cannot buy a partial package of soap. Sometimes the open-ended are as simple as that, and they're just looking for logic. So just be sure to go back to your original information and see how that fits in with the question that's being asked. Okay, the next one has to do with number patterns. If we look, a number pattern is shown below. Row 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the pattern continues. What is the difference between the last number in row 5 and the first number in row 5? If we look at the pattern, each number adds 3. So add 3, 7 plus 3 is 10, plus 3 is 13, plus 3 is 16, and so on and so forth. So 28 plus 3 gives us 31. So this is row 5. Plus 3 is 34, 37, 40, and 43. So we're going to look at the last number in row 5 is 43. The first number in row 5 is 31, and subtract, so we get a difference of 12. Hopefully that wasn't too hard, but just continue the pattern. So write an equation that can be used to find the difference between the last number and the first number for any row R. This one is a little bit harder because we have to think abstractly. But if we think that R, the row number, is the same as the number of terms in a row, then the difference between them would be R minus 1 times 3, because there's a difference of 3 between each particular number. Okay, so 3 times R minus 1. You could also say 3 times the row number minus 3, because that's the same thing just by using the distributive property. It may take a while for you to make that leap. Hopefully you can figure it out over time by looking at the first number and the last number in each row. For the last one, it says, what is the first number in row 8? If you continue the pattern, Remember, we ended row 5 with 43. So keep going. So 43, 46, 49, 52, and so on and so forth. You may be able to come up with a pattern, because if I know the difference in each row, I know that row 6 starts with 46. So 15 times 3, or I'm sorry, 5 times 3 gives us 15. So that would be 46 plus 15 gives me the last number, which is 61. So the next one starts with 63, and that's row 7. So 6 times 3 is 18, so I'm going to add 18 to get the last number. So that's 81. Then 84. Oh, I did that wrong. I'm so sorry. This should be 64 and 82. So this would be 85 in row 8. Okay, so the first number is 85. And then the last number in row 8, we can use our formula. So we can take 8 is 7, right? 7 plus 1 is 8. So 7 times 3 gives us 21, and we add that to 85. So we get 106 as the last number in row 8. You could also figure it out by continuing the pattern and rewriting out all the rows, and that would get you to the same place. So if you don't know how to get that formula, how to get that equation, then you can continue the pattern for the rest of it. But at least try to write some sort of an equation in, so you don't get disqualified for that piece of the open-ended question. Bring any questions to class, and if you need more practice, we can do that.